Hey everyone, welcome to Reality TV News Update, the place where we bring you the latest updates, fun moments, and behind-the-scenes stories you won't want to miss. The Mastermind significantly impacted the Big Brother game in Season 27. He took out Rachel Riley during an elimination competition and brought in a 17th house guest without anyone knowing who it was. At the end of the season, the identity of the Mastermind was revealed. Season 2 winner Will Kirby was accused of being the Mastermind, but he claimed on the show that he was framed. Instead, the Mastermind masterminds were revealed to be Frankie Grande from Season 16, Jesse Goddard from Seasons 10 and 11, and Eric Stein from Season 8. Kirby has appeared on the reality show many times, apart from competing in Seasons 2 and 7. Season 27 saw him entering the house and being taken away after he was accused of being the Mastermind. However, talking with TV Insider during his promotion for Celebrity Weakest Link, Kirby said no comment when asked to deny whether he was actually part of the twist. "I cannot comment on that," he said. "People don't give Big Brother enough credit for how cerebral it is." He then went on to say that if superfans of the show are paying attention, they will link together something bigger that will come to fruition in an upcoming season. "What I will tell you is if you go back to COVID and you saw that there was a neighbor, and you watched this last season and you saw that there was a mastermind there as the show plays out, it's no different than any phenomenal psychological," he said. Hopefully, Big Brother will last long enough that you can see these little tiny Easter eggs pieced together and see some incredible aspects that only a very few fans will ever get to fully understand. With every story, there's always a protagonist and an antagonist, but you will often see three different villains working together in any comic book. So just think the neighbor, think the mastermind, and then we'll leave an open space for us to TBD what happens in the future. Think of it as an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Instead of it playing out in 2 hours, it's going to play out over 50 years. Never been done before, he ended. So, it seems that despite Kirby never wanting to return to play the game, he will show up in the future for minor appearances. As always with Big Brother, expect the unexpected. Big Brother Season 27, now streaming Paramount+. After playing Big Brother twice, winning once, and appearing on the show numerous times throughout its 27 seasons, Dr. Will Kirby weighs in on whether he'd ever return to play the game. Kirby won Season 2 and then came in 4th place when he returned for the All-Star Season 7. He went down as one of the Big Brother greats, managing to stay in the game despite being nominated 4 times in his first season and barely winning competitions. He had clever strategies and aligned himself with multiple people in the house in order to keep the majority. He had a huge target on his back when he returned for Season 7, having been the only winner to enter the game. Kirby reunited with his Chilltown Alliance member Mike Boogie, and they manipulated other house guests to get rid of their allies, pushing them further along in the game. Ultimately, Kirby was evicted in 4th place by Janelle Pierzina, despite having a showmance with her. Malin went on to win. Despite only playing 2 times, Kirby has appeared on the reality TV program multiple times, including hosting the Jury Roundtable for multiple seasons. He also stopped by in Season 14 to critique Malin's gameplay. In Season 22, he was the next-door neighbor to host Neighbors Week for the All-Stars, tempting them with power and prizes and warning them of a triple eviction. In Season 27, Kirby made an appearance on the finale when he was accused of being the mastermind, but he claimed he was framed during the episode. The reality TV winner also competed on the 2nd season of Deal or No Deal Island, in which he was eliminated in the 7th episode. He announced his reality TV retirement upon his elimination. So, would he ever return to the Big Brother house? Here's what the licensed dermatologist said. promoting his upcoming appearance on Celebrity Weakest Link, in which he is part of the upcoming TV Doctor-themed new episode on December 8th. The Season 2 winner is not ruling out returning to the house, only as a guest appearance. I just don't know if at this point in my life I could earmark the time that it would take to win again. I don't mean to be philosophical or overly poetic, but you have to be at a point to do well on Big Brother. You have to be at a point in your life where success is the only option on that show. When you start thinking, oh, I really would like to hang out with my friends from home, or I'd really like to sleep in my own bed, or I really like to pet my own dog, it's over for you once you start thinking like that. When I won Big Brother in 2001, I had nothing in my life. I was a physician, but I had just finished my internship. I had no money, I had medical school debt, I had no girlfriend, I had nothing. So I had no choice but to win it. That was my only option. And if you look at Big Brother these days, the people who have staying power are these who really bring that true level of just not just competitive, but they really have, people use the word desperation in such a negative way, but they have a desperation, like they have to win it. And if you have to win it, you'll do any means necessary. If I'm being honest, I just don't know if I have that in my life anymore. Am I competitive? Absolutely. Am I hungry for those competitive shows? Yes, of course. But I just don't know if I have it in me to put myself through that again. Kirby continued. He went on to say that being in the Big Brother house is a whole other world of pain. I have nothing but great things to say about Big Brother. Executive producers Rich Meehan, Allison Grodner, and Chris Roach have always been so gracious to me over the years and included me in the show. There have been 27 seasons of Big Brother, and if you don't count the first one, which I wasn't part of, I've been in probably half of them. And Kirby would love to continue to be a part of future seasons, just not as a guest. So I just really love the idea of still, even if it's barely relevant, even if it's D-list, I still love the idea of being a little bit part of that historical genre. It's really exciting for me. Big Brother, now streaming
More than
Paramount
2 decades
Plus.
after Big Brother Season 2 reshaped reality television, one question continues to haunt fans of the franchise. Did Dr. Will Kirby know more than he let on? Specifically, was the show's most infamous strategist secretly aware of, or even involved in, the so-called Mastermind twist that many believe guided the season's outcome? As the original villain, puppet master, and eventual winner of Big Brother Season 2, Will Kirby didn't just play the game, he redefined it. His unapologetic lies, gleeful manipulation, and refusal to care whether America liked him broke the mold of what a reality TV contestant was supposed to be. But with hindsight, rewatches, and years of fan theorizing, some viewers now wonder whether Will's dominance went beyond gameplay. Was Dr. Will simply that good, or was there more happening behind the scenes? The birth of a reality TV legend. When Big Brother debuted in the US in 2000, Season 1 struggled. The audience voted players out, strategy was minimal, and the show lacked the dramatic tension seen in international versions. By Season 2, CBS revamped the format entirely, introducing head of household, power of veto, and a house guest-controlled eviction process. Enter Dr. Will Kirby. From the moment he stepped into the house, Will made it clear he wasn't there to play nice. He openly told his fellow house guests he was lying, claimed he hated everyone, and even insisted he didn't care about winning the money. It was a bizarre strategy, one that should have made him an immediate target. Instead, it worked. Week after week, Will avoided eviction, despite being disliked, distrusted, and frequently nominated. He survived against all odds, maneuvering through alliances, breakups, and bitter jurors, ultimately becoming the first truly strategic winner in Big Brother history. The Mastermind theory takes shape. Years later, as fans revisited Season 2 with modern Big Brother knowledge, a theory began to circulate online. What if Will wasn't just reacting to the game, but subtly steering it with production's awareness? The Mastermind twist theory suggests that Will may have been encouraged, informally or indirectly, to lean into a villain role to help solidify the show's new strategic direction. Not a scripted outcome, but rather a mutual understanding that Will's gameplay style aligned perfectly with what producers needed after Season 1's failure. Supporters of the theory often point to Will's uncanny ability to avoid eviction, the way diary room segments framed him as the narrator of the season, how other house guests seemed oddly hesitant to eliminate him, the lack of twists that directly disrupted his game. To skeptics, these are simply the hallmarks of great television. To believers, they're breadcrumbs. Will Kirby finally addressed the rumors. Over the years, Will Kirby has been asked, sometimes jokingly, sometimes pointedly, whether he had inside knowledge during Season 2. His response has remained consistent. No, Will has said repeatedly. There was no mastermind twist. I wasn't told anything. I just played the game. According to Will, the reason his strategy worked was not secret information, but psychology. As an emergency room physician, he understood people under stress, how fear influenced decision-making, and how ego could be manipulated. I made myself the devil everyone wanted to keep around, he once explained. If you're honest about lying, people stop seeing you as a threat and start seeing you as useful. Will has also emphasized that Big Brother in 2001 was a vastly different environment. Contestants didn't have years of gameplay footage to study. There were no established archetypes, no dominant alliance blueprint, and no expectation of ruthless strategy. In short, he was inventing the playbook as he went. Editing versus reality. One of the biggest contributors to the mastermind theory is editing. Season 2 frequently cut to Will's diary room confessionals, where he openly explained his manipulations. To modern viewers, accustomed to balanced edits, it can feel as though the show wanted audiences to root for or at least be fascinated by him. But production insiders have since noted that Will gave exceptionally good diary room footage. He was articulate, funny, self-aware, and willing to say things other players wouldn't. In reality TV, that makes you invaluable, not protected. If someone hands you gold every time they open their mouth, a former producer once remarked, you put them on screen. Why didn't they just vote him out? Perhaps the strongest argument against the conspiracy theory lies in the house guests themselves. Players like Nicole Nilsson Shafrich, Hardy Ames Hill, and Monica Bailey have all maintained that keeping Will was a strategic choice, however misguided it might look in retrospect. Will was seen as a shield against stronger competitors, a distraction for other targets, someone who could be beaten in a jury vote, a fatal miscalculation. What their fellow house guests didn't fully grasp was how bitter juries function, or how Will's honesty about his dishonesty would eventually earn respect. By the time they realized their mistake, it was too late. A legacy that changed the game forever. Whether you believe in the mastermind twist or not, one thing is indisputable. Dr. Will Kirby changed Big Brother forever. His Season 2 win paved the way for strategic villains like Dan Giesling, manipulators like Derek Lavassier, chaotic tacticians like Vanessa Russo. Will returned in Big Brother All-Stars Season 7 and nearly did it again, proving that his original victory wasn't a fluke. Even then, no special protection existed, and he still controlled much of the game until the very end. So why do fans still question it? Because Will Kirby was too good. In a franchise built on paranoia and betrayal, it's hard for some viewers to accept that a single player could dominate so effortlessly without external help. The mastermind theory speaks less to production manipulation and more to audience disbelief. Sometimes the simplest answer is the hardest to accept. Genius doesn't always look fair. The final verdict. Was Will Kirby in on a mastermind twist? By all available evidence, no. There is no proof of producer interference, secret instructions, or hidden advantages. What does exist is a record of an intelligent, fearless player who understood human behavior better than anyone else in the house and wasn't afraid to weaponize it. In doing so, Will didn't just win Big Brother, he created it.